Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 7 of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, we got started on our second case, Turnabout Airlines, I believe the name is. The names for this game always elude me for some odd reason. Anyways, we got started. Edgeworth was trained for murder, and we're basically confronting this guy, Zinc Lablanc the second. Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, and have to give testimony?
Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. He was Burgundian like me. He was beautiful.
Yes, here's Acme, age 28, Rhoda, age 24, and Zinc Lablanc the second, age 62. Time obsessed. Love how Edgeworth just does that note. And I love how he looks just professionally pissed off in his sprite.
He was playing with that annoying little small machine that whole time. A damn blippy bloopy machine. It's what makes you kids crazy. It has the parts of Satan to it.
Machine?
Yes, it's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, 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 click.
From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe that Mr. LeBlanc is talking about a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone, a laptop, or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget. Welcome to 2020, Edgeworth.
I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. It's too noisy. The egg is plain. It's too dark. Too dark, I say. Too dark. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sound. It lacks Jim Boxworth. Anyways, I know what I saw. I go around the town. I know the people. I have 5 rings on my fingers.
Mr. Nero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I could produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that fox in the duck pen.
Yes, I think that
is how you say it in English.
It's fox guard in the henhouse, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all remaining doubts. Mr. Nero, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say.
This should not be approved.
Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in our mercy, all decisions are made by the captain alone.
I am the captain. I'm the captain of art.
Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back.
You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
Ha! We will see.
Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene.
What? Unbelievable!
I am in your debt, Mr. Nero. However, what the heck? However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree with that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope there's reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button. It's time to enter the scene of the crime, the vast floor lounge. Yes, we have everything. We can't examine. Oh, darn it, we can't examine all of Zinc Lablanc's crap. Mr. LeBlanc seems to be protecting his gargantuan vase in the chair rather closely.
It contains my Burgundian cocoons. I will use them to murder the innocent children for 582.
It's a marvelous vase, though, isn't it? Yes, I dare say so as a professional attendant. I don't think there's any real connection between a piece of art and being an attendant. But I'm not just any ordinary attendant. I'm a professional flight attendant. As though there was such a thing as an amateur flight attendant. How did you find your meal to be, Mr. Edgeworth? Come to think of it, I forgot all about it. I must have been asleep or something. Or with my hands tied behind my back. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Let me prepare you something right away. Why are you apologizing for, Mr. Nero? I failed in my professional duties by letting a passenger go hungry. Please, help yourself. If you say anything to your fancy, feel free. I think I'll take my time later after I solve this case. Thanks. Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there! If you need something, please ask Miss Rhoda over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up! You! I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that'd be in the red. And considering how Edgeworth has done to Gumshoe and employ a subordinate that has done nothing but prove himself loyal, devoted to his job, and has actually saved the day on several occasions, one of which includes saving Edgeworth's hide when he was accused of murder, that's saying a lot. Edgeworth would go through on this. It's a movie poster for License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. That's an iFly airline-sponsored movie. It's a suspense, hard-boiled, action, romance, horror, comedy movie. Is that the genre listing for this movie? Yes, it's a movie that can be enjoyed by anyone because it encompasses all those genres. I can't even begin to imagine what the point of this movie would be like. But you have to admit to pique your curiosity, right? I heard the main strategy with this genre listing was to make people curious. Well then, consider the mission a successful one. Here's Edgeworth's seat. Oh, sorry, it was Hick's seat, sorry. Why would Edgeworth be at the back of the plane, like a peasant? This was Mr. Hick's seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator. Perhaps it's in the elevator. Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. Here's Edgeworth's seat. Of course, you can see the tea, the big book, the chess set. Ah, that's right. I was in the middle of recreating a chess game. Just an observation. But aren't there too many red knights around that lone blue pawn? Don't you challenge my life! Nonsense! It simply shows that the blue pawn is no match for the red knight's might. Except of course when the red knight loses 2 consecutive blue court cases to the blue knight. It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything particularly useful for an investigation. It's not as if I'm constantly prepared for such a thing to occur. I thought Edgeworth was going to talk about his tea. Don't get you criminal. He said, "Don't get near me, you criminal." I am not the killer, and I intend to prove that side now. But that's contrary to the facts. He said, but that's contrary to the facts. I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. What's a lifesaver doing here? I buy it. The light job should just be on the lounge. If something should happen, one will save your life. I think this guy should have been better off not taking a plane to begin with. This guy with his grape juice. Hey, miss, how about another glass? I'm not giving him the Fuyuhiko voice. He doesn't deserve the Fuyuhiko voice. The Fuyuhiko voice goes to people who earn it. Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder. How about it? How about a glass together? I'm sorry, but I must decline. I wasn't talking to you. I was asking the cute attendant. I'm sorry, but I'm on the clock right now. But if you need a refill, I'd be happy to bring you another glass at any time. You got it, Toots. That's the only way to talk to a lady. You call them a novice bimbo. If I may have a word with you, this steak, so much awesome. That's great to hear. I would like to ask you a few questions. I was here. What? No. You don't speak. Please pick one. I think he chose to eat. Yes, I can hear that. Is that a video game? Do they have video game consoles here on this plane? Yes, let's go forward. March 12th, 7:26 a.m. Flight I-390 Flight Lounge. I want to thank you for your help back then, Mr. Nero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to take to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed. Meet Edgeworth Suendre, everyone. You'll see later that she's not exactly impartial to Edgeworth. I see. I will bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wants to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. Though we have no time limit. I understand. By the way, is there any place you could think of where the killer might be high on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her own seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff key card. And we found no record of a key card being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one has been allowed near the crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. First off, examine the statue. What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of our founder of iFly's airline, Mr. Hugo iFly. Yeah, who bears a resemblance to Hugo Strange from the Batman series. The one who on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other of his when he was in his 80s. Is of him in his 80s. Did the man actually age in the span of 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. Just toppled over a chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence. Ah, no! Look at all the grape juice staining the back. It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was. Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour on this plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair. And then Clavier, he makes a call. He comes on board. Ach! The Rocker Pals! Like they are on par with the Gaviners. The Gaviners, they are the best band ever. Ach Chung, we are the best, ja. Screw the Rocker Pals. I'm sorry, but who are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you ever heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. Ach, the Rocker Pals. They think they are the Gaviners. They are nothing for me. That explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. And then Claudia comes into Edgeworth's office. Ach, well, Edgeworth, that will not change. And then he starts playing Guilty Love on a boombox. Ach, Chung, Edgeworth, let's rock, baby. Who is this uppity brat? Maybe I shall ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. The Rocker Pals? They aren't my pals! I'm not running a band! No, Edgeworth, yeah, meanwhile, Gumshoe, he's the secret leader of the Rocker Pals. Hey, pals! I'm running the show here! It's like Gumshoe, you know, like Gem from the Gem Rocker series? Like, it's like Gumshoe. He has like a pink blonde wig, Max Galactica style wig, star under his eye. Oh yeah, pal, we're rocking. He has like one of those fishnet shirts. Glasses are kind of left thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second, and I frantically started searching for the gas valves to shut off. I guess the shaking of the plane must be bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Yes, Edgeworth, coming from you. Not the how knows, and I was unconscious for most of it. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume they were spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up, or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What was the important piece of evidence in the scene? The footprints, of course. What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree that they're a set of footprints. So you think? Yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe size of everyone in first class. I don't think that'll be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. Okay. Piano. This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into its CD drive.
That's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box!
But it's key depressed along with the music, as though there was someone really playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Coming from you, Edgeworth, the guy who spends money on custom chessboards to resemble your rivalry with Phoenix. There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't. I don't want to live on this world anymore. I don't want to be in this series anymore. And then Edgeworth, he just falls out of the plane. He just flies off. He just goes off to the Danganronpa series. Okay, I'm in a new series, one with class, refinement, and knowledge. And people who are actually sane. And then they see Korekio brandishing his ropes. Oh yes, we are plenty sane. Who wouldn't be sane enough to love sister? Now, out of curiosity, do you have any pleasant young women who would like to take a ride on my teeter-totter? Okay, I'm out! Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? Case in point. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through this area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that does not clear up any suspicions I have about you.
I wasn't worried for the sake of clearing my name!
What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew key card. So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I check every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I wonder what was hanging off of this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Mr. iFly. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and so popular we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yeah, I'm getting mucus. I'm getting mixed up. Ugh. Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' spy was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? Okay, money. Money. I doubt anyone's expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyways, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? It appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. Okay. First off, blunt trauma on the head. And the Mr. If I Fly. Connect those thoughts. A statue is blood lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes, what is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head.
Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obvious title?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think it's worth investigating?
It would appear that this figurine is a murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection.
Perhaps Master of Obvious would be more befitting. Master of Oblivious.
No, that's Gumshoe's title, Edgeworth.
Okay.
I believe we can also connect these.
Well, that was sad.
Not exactly a shining perfection. Yeah, we already read that line. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story.
Well, we can prove it with this. I was getting ahead of myself.
I have it!
I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder.
What, really?
Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person.
But could the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself?
But if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see that the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator.
Okay, can we... I have to investigate. Wait, did I miss anything? Gotcha. Ah! Yeah, I'm not missing anything. Wait. What did you say?
Let's see, there's a blood on the back. He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken.
Yeah, we already went through that. Yeah, just trying to see if the glasses were there. Anything in his suit pocket?
There's something sticking out of his pocket. Herbie, won't mind if I take a look on what's inside? It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere.
I love how he's not smiling, like he's miserable at his job. He's like, I hate my job. I hate my job. I'm here taking pictures of art. Hate art. It's disgusting. I despise this art. And now we can deduce. Deduce. Okay. Oh! Oh, yes. Deduce. And notice how he was actually how he had a camera on his lanyard.
Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found.
His machine, his cell phone, Mr. Neo, it looked like a camera. And keep it in your pocket like a normal person. I guess it's because it's not here.
Yes, we can safely deduce that the killer took it.
Investigation complete. Fill up my bar.
What's going on over there?
I am not going to be saying all the symbols.
Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Do you understand what I am saying? The movie, it is late! It is the same level as bad as if the plane arrived late. Now what will I pleasure myself to? What will I pleasure myself to into my priceless vase?
But the, like, movie?
What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time. I am the pent-up sexual frustrations.
What's the matter, Mr. LeBlanc?
I can tell you a number of reasons what is wrong. First, we have the user today with the blippy bloopy machines. Then we have their weird haircuts, their weird outfits, or the girls wearing the short skirts and the low brow tops. It is disgusting. Look at your stewardess. It is disgusting. In Bulgaria, we dress with class. We only dress with the finest six and linens.
If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir.
Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. I need to kick ass. I need to kick your ass. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Mr. Malaka Prosecutor, do you prove you are innocent yet?
If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken?
Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in great detail once more.
Fans it yourself! Bring back short! I will find you with my 5 rings! The rings of Saturn! What the soul! I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator! It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12! The body was gone 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you are the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal!
Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in this lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
So my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let us see. My fine Bulgarian eyewitness testimony was by my brilliant Bulgarian mind. Hurry, do I look like a man who's trying to, having the time to wait for you?
Why is he so weirded? He's the one accusing me of murder here. Anyways, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast.
You understand me? I thought you had your floor playing in front of statues. They're not nice. They have no fisherman in it.
So I just need to make sure. Now, check the movie. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at inside the elevator at that time?
Of course I saw what was his eye. It was carpeting and wall, all ugly shades of non-Bulgarian purple, some pinks and yellows, not classy at all.
And you're sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Oh yes, the only person that was that Hicks man.
That last verse is a bit too important to let go.
Mr.
What the heck? I was going to go with Zinc LeBlanc's voice. LeBlanc's voice is going to take over. Mr. LeBlanc.
What is it, you Xeno man?
Anyways, I think we'll end this episode off. Anyways, I really appreciate it. Stick around to watch this episode. If you ever come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. I'll see you later. Bye.